Hey, it's Taylor with Mom on the Spectrum, and today I have another unedited video for you. We're going a little more playful today. We're going to talk about some autistic behaviors that are actually hot. So I want to flip the script a little bit because there's conversations, how do I accommodate my autistic partner? How do you, make a neurodivergent relationship work? Well, today we're going to talk about how we accommodate you, and not just that, but how we deepen the relationship and make it more special and awesome. So I'm excited about this conversation today. There's so many things that we do that are powerful and connecting and honestly a little bit sexy. So we're going to go there today. And we can be kind of magnetic people, and that's hot. So speaking of hot, and I hope that you'll appreciate or at least endure this segue. These are my steamy eye cups, and I want to tell you about them because I know many of us have interesting sleep preferences. So you may have heard me talk about Manta before. I wanted to just share quickly for those of you that might have like summer allergies and other issues like that. All of Manta's products are interchangeable. So you can get like these steam cups. You can put these in the microwave and they just very gently Velcro onto your sleep mask. And then you can put them on your face for a little steamy action. Okay. But the ones that I've been using lately, honestly, are the cool cups. So these legitimately are very cold. They just came out of my freezer. And in both of these are the beads that are like not the scratchy beads, but the heavy weighted beads that feel amazing. And you can put these on your sleep mask as well. Or I guess you could do one of both. Isn't that hot? That's so hot. Okay, anyways, I will put a link to this in the description, and there's a code. You can use Mom on the Spectrum for 10% off at checkout. Okay, let's get into the hot stuff. So first, we're going to talk about, again, unedited, so thank you for bearing with me. We hear a lot about autistic people being awkward, but there's so many things about us that are not awkward. They're curious and interesting and fascinating. So section 1, let's talk about confidence, okay? Confidence can look like not playing games and just saying what you mean. Okay, autistic people, I think when we're unmasked especially, we're good at just being straightforward, saying what we think and want and feel. Now, I know that's difficult for some of us, but again, we're talking unmasked versions of ourselves, just not playing games and like you asked a question, here's the answer to that question, right? That's hot, no games. Not following social trends and doing what you like to do. So it doesn't matter what somebody else is wearing or what the cool thing to do is on dates. Let's do something interesting and fun and weird. I think that's hot. Deep eye contact when it matters. So sometimes deep eye contact doesn't work for us, but we can also be very intentional about it, which kind of goes against, I guess, stereotypical autistic norms. But eye contact can sometimes be very intentional and deep with autistic people. Absolute silence instead of small talk, that can be sexy. Silence can be really sexy when you're not just filling it with words. And I think that autistic people, again, when we're unmasked and we can be comfortable in that silence and feel safe processing our thoughts and taking the time and space to be who we need to be in that moment, not filling that silence with empty small talk, that's super sexy. And then unapologetically leaving when you're done, right? Like not hanging around and like, oh, I feel like I need to stay, so I'm going to, but nope, I'm tired, I'm going to go home now, right? That's, again, straightforward, to the point, whatever it needs to be. I think that's hot. So let's talk about intelligence and passion. So infodumping with enthusiasm, hot, right? If you care about somebody and then they start going off about things that they love and you get to see them like come to life. Okay, if you want to see people come to life about things they love, talk to an autistic person about their special interest. Remembering small details about people, hot, okay? A lot of times we will remember details that nobody else remembers. And if you're on the receiving end of that, if you're somebody that we're remembering details about, it feels so special. It does. Because we are really good at making people feel special. Hyperfocus that turns into mastery. So think about that. Like there's so many different things in a relationship where if you get hyper-focused on it, you're going to develop that skill and get better and better and better and better. And a lot of times that can benefit your partner as well. So I'll let your brain kind of like play around with different things that you could hyper-focus on and turn into mastery. Okay, the next one is knowing your limits and saying no with grace. So I know this is something that a lot of autistic people are working on, myself included, but as we develop more self-awareness and body awareness of what's going on and what we need. Being able to communicate our boundaries, that's really important. And I think that actually deepens a relationship when this is what I want, this is what I need, and then, saying no to the things that don't work for us. That actually strengthens a relationship because it creates safety, it creates an understanding of how to connect to the other person. And then being more prepared than anyone else in the room, right? This can be, have you been with somebody who's like prepared for stuff? It feels so good, especially if it's a partner. It's like, oh, dang, like, okay, so you pack the snacks and the water and the sunscreen, like that's an autistic person. It's a bit of a generalization, but if you're with an autistic person, a lot of times they're going to be prepared and they're going to help you feel taken care of. Okay, let's talk about loyalty and depth. There's no loyal person like an autistic person. Again, generalization, but a lot of us are loyal to a fault. Sticking around through tough times, being there with you when you're going through stuff, asking really good questions. That's something that autistic people are good at, and that is sexy. Wanting deep conversations, not surface level chatter, that is sexy. Total devotion to your chosen people. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments, like, who is your chosen person, and tell me about ways that you're devoted to them. Like, fill the comments with fun, loving things that we do for our chosen people. Making someone, I love this one, making someone feel safe because you've analyzed every variable. That is such an autistic thing. So seeing all of the things, I talked about complex processing in one of my other videos, go check that out. So we go through all of the complex processing to figure out what's needed in this situation, what can I do to help the other person feel safe and accommodated. And if you are taken care of like that by an autistic person, there is nothing better. Okay, so that's a list, but there's so much more that we could add here. So let me know in the comments, what's something that you do as an autistic person that's actually hot, that you're proud of to bring into relationships? Let's talk about it. Like this video if it was helpful to you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the link in the description for these awesome eye cups. You can get the steam cups or the cool cups. This one's still cold from being in my freezer. It's such a great way to wind down. And maybe you need that since we just got worked up talking about steamy, hot things. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.